so I had all that good stuff. So
Nice.
Right? We knew you would.
I miss Joe's.
Ladies.
All right, I'm gonna press the magic button. You guys ready?
Okay.
Ready, set,
Let's go.
Go.
Let's go. This is where we put our groove on.
I'm thinking that today.
Friday night.
I'm energized.
And we are live. Hi everyone, I am Nick.
And I'm Maria with your cardio for tonight.
And we have
And I'm Harold.
No More Bricks. And today our special guest is
So exciting.
Tim's Brick Adventures.
AKA Tim.
AKA Tim. One of two maybe.
in my messy Lego room.
We'll take any Lego.
Welcome to Full of Bricks, Season 5, Episode 6. Ooh.
6?
Episode 6. And today is February 16th, 2024.
Right?
And our special guest tonight is Tim's Brick Adventures.
And you would know him from
From TV.
TV. The TV.
Or from the Lego conventions.
Or the Lego conventions.
Lego convention
Yes.
scenes.
But he recently was in season 4 of Lego Masters, which we were watching.
Yes.
So that was very cool.
How are you
that
doing
we
tonight, Tim?
I am doing awesome. Thank you all so much for letting me come hang with you for a Friday evening. So
Oh, nice.
Of course.
nice.
No, thank you so much for hanging with us on our Friday evening.
We have a few people in the chat. We have Rob Claxton.
Hello.
We have Allison Bell.
Hey, hey.
Allison
Hey.
Bell. And Gabriel.
hey, Gabriel,
We miss you in Houston.
I'll be
Yes, I
back
heard
once in a while.
Tim just made a big move. He is no longer in Houston, Texas.
Oh.
I am north of Tulsa.
He's in Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
He's moved.
Like the musical.
Like the musical.
Musical?
Siri with the fringe
Yeah,
on top.
Oklahoma.
Oh.
I can't think of the songs that come. It'll come to me, but it's
Sim-
very like vivid.
Similar to your mom and dad when we had our baby, they moved close.
You
they-
did that.
they
You
moved
moved for a
closer.
baby. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
God
My
bless
parents didn't
you.
do that.
Well,
Well, and we
Maria's
got
parent-
lucky too. My son is going to college up here at the University of Tulsa, so we're closer
Oh.
to him as well. So my
all
daughter
family
and my
there.
grandson and son-in-law and my son all up here together. So
Oh
Oh,
wow.
nice.
It makes a big difference to have family around for the
Oh,
kids.
absolutely.
So much.
It's a village. It takes a village, right? So you are the
Yep.
village.
Houston.
I'm as big as a
Yeah.
village.
But it's true. It's like we grew up in the same city that we live in currently. We just moved about 15 kilometers from our original neighborhood. And when our first guy was born, within that year, my parents were like, we are moving closer because they didn't want me driving, heaven forbid, across the highway with this new baby. I'm like, Mom, you weren't concerned when I was driving on the highway with me.
So your parents moved 15 minutes closer. Tim moved 9 hours closer.
Yeah, that's a huge move.
That's good.
That's good.
Well, and I won't lie. We're enjoying it up here. It's a lot smaller, not near the traffic or the amount of people. And
Oh, true.
one of the
Oh, for
best
sure.
things when I flew to Atlanta last weekend for Atlanta BrickCon,
Yeah.
flying out of the Tulsa airport, I was the only person in security that morning, Thursday morning.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
I literally walked in. They had
VIP
some little
here.
greeter lady there with them
Okay.
for a few minutes, and then right through security. It was like, oh,
Oh, wow. Okay.
Are we saying nobody flies to Tulsa?
well,
I feel
now I
like-
don't know that because when I
think I
came
just read
back
a
on
book in
Monday, there was
Information
quite a
from
few
Tulsa.
people.
Okay.
But
Oh, very
not near as
cool.
many that go to Houston, I would say.
Nice.
So was this like something in the works for some time, or like you saw that beautiful new little face and you're like, moving, sold, done.
Well, yes, and well, we had planned. The kids, my daughter and my son-in-law moved up here 7 years ago, right out of college.
Oh,
My
okay,
son-in-law
okay.
got a job up here in the area, and so we knew they were going to get married, and they were already talking kids. So we knew we'd have grandkids. So we had already kind of planned. But then after he was born, a year, he's what, 20, 21, he's what, 20 months, I think.
Oh my God, he totally knows who you are, right? Like,
oh yeah, yeah,
he
he's
sees
Jabber.
you, and it's just
he's
magic.
in his early twos already.
Oh.
And we just knew we had to move up here quick. So when my
Yeah.
son graduated and started college, why it was time.
Oh, that's good.
So how did you move all your Lego 9 hours to a different location?
Well, as you can see,
Hence, that's why things are still in progress.
Oh,
Wow.
Those are the home hardware.
So he will
or the
see
and I
Home
wish
Depot.
I could say that was a small part, or that was most of it, but my garage is full of bins full of brand new sets and stuff.
Oh shoot!
There was a time I was would have been keeping up with Christopher NoMoreBricks for a while, back in my early days.
Oh wow!
I was trying to buy everything and anything, and I've got, I don't know, there's, according to Brickset, there's probably over 2,000 brand new sets sitting out there in the garage that
Oh wow.
I just don't have space to put them. And
I
then
thought
I don't know how
unopened
many
boxes
sets
are
I've
bad.
built. So
Did you have everything on display like Duck Bricks?
no,
Hanging?
I've never had that kind of space.
Okay.
I wish. And that's the thing. I heard him talking. Oh, maybe it was when we were filming the show too, but about that he wants to eventually move and get his own place.
Yeah.
The
That
whole
was the
time
thing.
I was packing up all of my stuff, I was thinking about him and how he's got all of those sets already built. I mean, it's easier if they're like a lot of mine are new. I just took them out of the box and put them right into Ziploc bags, so they're still brand new. But I can put a whole bunch of sets in one tote instead of having all those boxes. And that's pretty easy. But to have all my built sets and stuff, I had to dismantle them, and
Oh, so you did.
And I can't even begin to imagine what he's going to do if he ever.
Maybe Christopher is just going to leave that in his parents' house, regardless of them knowing or not, and getting his own place and filling that with the new stuff. Mom, Dad, you're gonna miss me too much. I'm gonna leave remnants of myself here. We know we're gonna get him back on the show again.
Wow.
That's probably more like it.
Yeah.
But we'll dive into our first segment, which is getting to know Tim's Brick Adventure. So if you noticed the Instagram post I put, did you recognize the music in the background?
Oh, I need look. I was looking at me so much. I guess
that handsome mug. No, Nick is very particular when he puts music with story reels.
It was from Pee-wee's Big Adventure because I had
your word adventure.
Oh, yeah, the music. No, I didn't recognize that, but
it was Big Adventure, Brick Adventure. I was trying to do
very
that.
Nice.
So how did you come up with your name, Tim's Brick Adventures?
Well, I was let's see, how do I want to, I knew I didn't want to come up with an alias like a lot of the YouTubers do because I would never remember. And so I needed my name. And I don't know. I know you can't use Lego in your name. And so everybody does bricks. So, and then it's been such an adventure. I mean, it's just been
When did it start? It started.
I did have Lego bricks back when I was a kid in the early 70s but they were just the basic bricks. And we did have one of them train sets where you had the blue rails and you had to build the track and all that. But we just used them with our Lincoln Logs and other blocks, with the Omni-Men and stuff like that, and didn't think any more of it. And then I guess somehow all through my early year, the 80s and 90s. In the 90s, I was busy being a private investigator and running around the country doing all kinds of crazy things.
Oh, wow.
And so I never really ventured into toy stores or anything like that.
That would have been a great cover.
Where
are you going? At the Lego store.
Well, I always loved comic books, but the comic book store, I didn't even go into them for a long time.
Oh.
And then in 2010, my mother-in-law got my son and I each a set. and I wish, because I have it was the creator brownstone house. It's a really awesome creator house set. Really nice.
Is it like the 3-in-1?
Yeah,
different types of houses.
And I wouldn't even know.
It always starts with a kid, right? You get the kid who gets the set, and then suddenly you're building all of that kid set.
Well, that's kind of my son got a 3-in-1. I think it was a yellow car and something like that. And I had just sold my comic book collection. I had a massive comic book too. And so I didn't have anything to collect. And so she bought this Lego set and I built it. And somehow I started going online and I started discovering all of this crazy world. I saw like Jang Bricks and Bricksar and all them with their cities and all that stuff. And I'm thinking, wow, I've only got 1 or 2 sets.
How do I get that city?
And then about 2 years into it, I'm like, oh, wow, I see how that happens. I had tons of stuff.
I know, just in 2 years.
It's a very slippery slope, right?
It is a crazy slippery slope. And especially if you collect stuff like I do. And then I discovered custom figures and I started making all these old West figures and stuff. Because I grew up with the Westerns and I still, that's mainly all I watch and stuff. And so I saw these people doing I guess what they call it, fig barf, where you just take the parts and make what you can.
Oh yeah, fig barfing.
I was trying to I didn't want to create or, custom stickers and all that stuff at that point. I was just taking what existed to see how close I could get to the real character stuff. And so I got all involved in that. And then somehow in there, I some of the people in Houston, Tony Sava, he was a Castle guy at that point. Hey, Hive, and kind of read some of his stuff. And then there was a guy in Houston, and he was kind of the king of customizing figures at the time. Did a couple of books. Oh gosh, this is terrible. I can't remember his name now. Because it was so much, it was cool. When I discovered the Houston Lug Club, he was a very big part of that. And I was like, oh, wow, I'm going to get to hang with this guy and meet him. And then he didn't stay. He ended up, I think he had some kids.
Oh, wow.
And I met him once, and that was all. But it ended up getting me involved in all of that. And that's when I discovered the conventions and started doing all of that, and had a big Wild West build that I took to the Brick Fiesta. The Texas conventions back in I think they started 2011 or 2010. And then in 2021, it became Brick Rodeo, and that's what it is now.
So you've been part of the Lego scene since like 2010, 2011.
Pretty much.
Conventions and everything.
That's when I was busy building my collection and learning about it. I didn't officially join a lug until 2014. And
but that's still early times, right? Like that's a decade ago.
It was the right time because I was able to, just with the Old West sets, at that point you could get most of the stuff really cheap, the figures and the parts. Now the sets were kind of pricey, and the funny thing about that, I don't own any of the actual original Wild West sets. I own all the stickered parts, and I have recreated a lot of it. I own one of the figures, but I don't own any of the actual sets. Now,
you just pieced it together.
That came out in 2015. I bought up all that I could.
Yeah.
But like the Adventures line, the Orient Expedition line, I was able to get a lot of that stuff that now is just crazy money. And
so at this point too, were your kids moving out of the house, hence you had more space to expand, or not necessarily?
Their bedrooms became your Lego room.
So that's my daughter. She let's see, she went to college. Let's see, she's 30 now. And we had a big house at that time. It was like over 5,000 square feet. So I had the entire upstairs, this massive game room. I had a studio where I had my art studio, but I also had Lego in there. And then I took over her room.
Are you coming back, honey? No, right?
Yeah,
no.
she would have left for college probably around 2011 then.
Yeah, because she graduated. Yeah, it's bad that I can't. That's been a while.
History.
Yeah, I still hear about that I took over her room, and actually my son
we were really trying to launch you, honey.
He's got a room, and he's like, that is not going to become a Lego room. You're not going to be here.
So Tim's Brick Adventure, that name started, was that when you started your YouTube channel?
Yes. And let's see, I started that about 6 months before the 2021 Brick Rodeo, because what's significant about that was, like I said in the beginning, I'd been watching Jang Bricks and Brickstar, and those guys that just, upload videos and stuff. I had no idea that all of this existed, the live streaming and all of that. And I don't know how I did not know this or find out about it. But
you were more in the convention scene, the Lego convention scene.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. But I was also doing, I was on the internet. Brick Link ordering, if it was Lego involved online, I was into it, except like I said, I don't know. But Brick Rodeo 2021, about 2 weeks before, I got a Facebook request from one of your guests from a few weeks ago, Julian Bricksmith.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
And so I'm like, I didn't know who he was at the time.
Oh, okay.
And so I saw him there at the convention, or rather I heard him, because he is a very fun individual, and I love him dearly. But so I went over and I'm like, you know what? I'm friends with him on Facebook. I'd like to be friends with him for real. So I went over and was talking to him, and 5 minutes later, he hands me one of them pink buckets.
Yeah.
I see the pink.
I see the pink bucket.
Right here, right.
I've got it all stickered in.
Oh, so fun.
And I didn't know what it meant. I was like, wow, this is cool. Okay. And then he came over to I had my Wild West build there. I had just newly redid it and everything. And so he did a Facebook Live right away. And he started asking me, he said, so you got this channel now. What do you want to do? He said, have you ever done the live streaming and stuff like that? I said, no, but I said, I'm up for anything. And so he literally went home back to Florida, and a couple weeks later he had me. I think I was on Old Gray Bricks. Brick Blaze had his Sunday night or Monday night show.
Yes.
Julian was doing 2 or 3 shows.
Pink Bucket Nation.
That first week I was on Hoosier Live. It was just
where I met you.
And he had me going, and it's just been like a rocket ever since. And I love everybody I've met. Has just been fantastic. It was also we have Lego Ultimate Builds on Wednesday night, and that's where I met Keith Straw Bricks.
Okay.
And he just had taken over the work crew for Brick Fair. And so they were needing help for Brick Fair, New Jersey. And so I got hooked up with that, and I've been working every show since all but last year. I did not get to work Fredericksburg because we were busy filming the show. But other than that, I have gotten to work. I'll be in Fredericksburg here in a few weeks, and that has just been awesome because I've gotten to meet so many East Coast builders and YouTubers and stuff that the TikTok. I haven't ventured into TikTok yet, but I love watching everybody. Ethan from season 3, he oh my gosh, he is so much fun, and I've gotten to know him a little bit, him and Dom both, and so I wish I could do things as good as they do, but I'm trying. But
you met Harold at Brick Fair as well, right?
Yeah, last year.
Yeah. Well, and I apologize. I recognize right now, and I remember talking, I believe, with you a little bit too. names are terrible for me. Faces,
Yeah.
I guess from the PI days, faces are good.
I'm like that in the sense where we went to Chicago Brick World, and I'm like going up to some person, I'm like, hey, remember blah 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 blah, and I just feel like I know your face, and then it's like you don't know that person, you really don't.
You just know her
you
from
only
TV.
know her from TV. Let's walk away now.
It was one of the Lego Masters.
So you know, Tim, next time I see you, I will totally say, hey, I know you.
That's right. I'll say I know you. I'll be able to say. Well,
Yeah, have your
their aliases too, and so I never. So many of them, I don't even know their real names.
Yeah. But everybody's just so nice always, right? Like I always feel like in a community of hoarders, collectors, brick lovers, and then the creators, and you meet them on site. You know, everybody's just so happy to share their creativity and their methods and things like that. It's so nice. Yeah.
So Allison Bell says, I met you at Brick Fair, Virginia last year too. I worked the bling desk with you in the Sunday morning.
Nice.
I remember that. I do remember. That's what's cool. Todd
the
sends
bling
over
desk?
All these volunteers, and they end up doing all the work. So I just kind of stand and take care of other things.
What's the bling desk for those who don't know?
It is where we sell all of the Brick Fair T-shirts and merchandise. And there's a lot of Lego merchandise too, like the backpacks and all kinds of different things. And I will do a little plug because we ended up, so I was mentioning Key Straw Bricks. There's the Key Straw Fan Club that was started by Connor Franco and his dad, John, and I got involved in it. And they asked me to do the artwork for the shirts. And so Todd agreed to print some up last year for Brick Fair. And so we've still got a few of them left. So I encourage anybody out there watching, you're going to be at Brick Fair, definitely come join the Key Straw Fan Club. It's we're growing bunch.
So Rob Traxon says, Tim, my name may not ring a bell, but I was talking to you this past weekend at Atlanta Brick Con. We were talking about the botanical gardens. I done was the display with that South Carolina brick lug.
Yeah.
Yes, I do remember. We spoke a couple of times.
Nice.
Yeah, I had a great time this past weekend. I met a lot more people, and I just had a fun time. So,
are you going to the Orlando Brick Convention coming up? I just realized it's March break, and we totally missed.
What's the Orlando?
I don't know. I just saw it like at over there, Orlando Brick Convention.
That's an expo.
Just an expo, right?
Convention.
It's just Saturday to Sunday.
I do the brick convention. Well, it used to be brick. Well, there's still Brick Universe, but Grayson now has Brick Convention. And I did go. He went to Wichita, Kansas last September, which is my home state originally.
Oh, okay.
And so it was a chance for me to go because they had never had anything up there. I think Kansas City might have had a convention. Brick World tried to come to Kansas City for a couple of times, I think. And I want to do more of the brick conventions because I really had a good time. Patrick from season 3, he's one of my buddies. I mean, we just have a ball together, and we did that one together. And so I hope to do more of those. And then the Nick and Amanda that had Atlanta Brick Con, they're going to have one in Nashville.
Nashville Brick
in July, the end of July, and I want to try and go to that. And then the big one is Brick World. I finally am going to Brick World. So.
You haven't been?
I had not. I've been promising myself since I first heard about it. And with it being on Father's Day weekend,
I know. Well, this is it. It's always Father's Day weekend, and
it was hard with the kids.
Hey, Connor.
Yeah.
But they all finally said, you know what, you can go do what you want to do. So
do what you want to do for Father's Day, Father.
Are you closer now Are you closer to Chicago now that you're in Oklahoma? What's the difference?
Yeah, I am. I'm probably half the distance now to drive than I was.
Okay.
So,
what's the drive like from Oklahoma to Chicago?
15 hours.
So it's still far.
Still far.
I haven't done it from
15
here.
hours.
From Dallas.
See, how did I know that? Whoop, whoop, whoop. No, sorry.
We drove there from Dallas a few years or no.
Oh, did you? Wow.
I'm trying to remember. We did it from Texas, and it was a long drive. My brother-in-law, they have a golf tournament every year in actually Schaumburg area. They're right there.
Oh, okay. And they drive.
And we drove up there one year.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's a long drive.
It's a long drive.
Multiple days?
Multiple days. Well, you got to break it down. I don't know. I have a time limit of 8 to 10 hours per day, and then I'm done.
Yeah.
Like, I need to stop somewhere, right? And we have friends who drive like from here to Florida. It's about 18 hours. And I have friends who just drive through the night, and I'm just like, no. When you go through like the New York, like all those Adirondacks, like it's very mountainous, and then go through the Carolinas. I just, I feel like if I got lost in here, I will be lost. Nobody will find me.
Going up the way I would be going, it's flat and boring. You go through Iowa and Illinois and all that. It's like Kansas. I mean, I grew up in Kansas for 28 years. I mean, there's nothing there. It's
So you will most likely drive to Chicago, though, still?
I'm thinking I will. I don't know. We'll see as it gets closer to time. I've got my hotel and I've got my registration and stuff set up. So I'm definitely going. But I'm not going to display either. I just want to go this time.
Are you going to be there as a Lego master or as Tim's Brick Adventures?
Or Tim Brick Adventures, the Lego master.
It looks like maybe a little bit of both.
You're going to be like on the Lego Master panel?
I think so. They sent out, we got a thing about doing the promo, where you'll start seeing, like last year, everybody, hey, use my code and get a few dollars off the ticket thing. So I got that. That's in the works. So I guess I am probably do a couple of panels anyway.
Are you going to have to wear your suspenders and then?
I know.
My overalls.
I think it's so cute.
Yeah, suspenders are overalls.
It's really fun how they make everybody so thematic. Each pair is so thematic, right? Like, and you stick to character.
Well, that's my doing. I've been wearing overalls since I was younger, growing up in the farmlands. And I used to have I was a home remodeler and all that, and I wore them all the time for doing that. And we actually, me and Tim, season 1, when everybody, they were just reaching out to everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, to all the lugs, every day you were getting emails, come join. And he put out a thing to the Houston club and asked, he said, I think I might give this a try. Would anybody else like to do it with me? And I was kind of in between things, and I saw, you get paid and all that good thing. So I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And my wife, I told her you get paid. Why? She's like, yeah,
fine.
So we tried out for season 1 and did pretty well. But with the overall thing, they really focused on my Wild West and stuff, and that was the closest thing. So I wore my overalls for the very first Zoom call, and they kind of keyed on that. And then actually, Tim, they weren't having us both in overalls that season 1. We tried again season 3, and that's when they decided the overalls was the look. And so Tim really, was really good about it. In fact, he loves them now too. He has a home home inspection, and when the weather is cool enough, he'll wear them for his home inspection stuff. So it worked well with them because they didn't have to come up with anything for us. We just kind of provided our own. In fact, Tim took his own overalls. I took my own, but mine didn't fit as well. So they had to get me some bigger ones. And
that's funny.
It was great for them. And I loved it. I tried to get everybody, all the staff and all that. I said, you need to be wearing overalls to be, carrying around equipment and stuff. And the fun part was we made a big deal in the auditioning process about how the pockets and we could hide, put stuff and all that. And that's what I did. I usually, they have those trays. I would take the tray about the very first time. And then after that, I just started filling my pockets, and I'd come back to the table and just be empty.
Hilarious.
And it worked great.
Nice. So for the other contestants, did they dress themselves, or were they put into their
wardrobe,
different wardrobes?
It's my understanding, and I don't know, hopefully this shouldn't be any trade secret. It's kind of, some people do and some people don't. They kind of, I think everybody has choices, with certain things. Now, once you get there and they start seeing how it's going to go, they kind of bring in different, they have looks that they try and, incorporate and stuff like that. So some people are happy with the way it comes out. Like I was ecstatic, I didn't have, but some of them aren't quite so happy with it either. But
did you bring multiple overalls to the?
I had a couple pair, and I was hoping we'd get to do different colors and stuff. But
they were on point. It's like if you change your color, they might forget who you were. Like, wait, where did that guy with the yellow suspenders go?
Right? I want a red pair for Christmas. I told him I really want to be on the Christmas special.
Yeah.
So
how many different colored suspenders do you own?
Well, he's a collector.
I've only got the blue ones. I've been trying to find other colors. They did buy a pair of black for us, but we never got to use them. So I don't know where they got those at either, because I haven't been able to find them. I've been looking on like Amazon. But I can find like the camo and different things.
Yes, Timo.
And truth be told, down in Houston, I wore tank tops and cargo shorts 360 days a year. I love my cargo shorts too. And what I really want to do is take my overalls and cut the legs off just above the knee, take the extra and have like cargo pockets made to sew the legs. Nice. My wife and daughter said they would disown me if I did that, but I would do it anyway. I think they'd sell big. They'd be popular.
There's Tim's Brick Adventures and Tim's Brick Fashion Adventures.
Tim's Brick Fashion.
So you mentioned. Go ahead.
I was with my artwork. I've got a Fine Art America website where a lot of my artwork goes on on T-shirts, on bags, all that. And I'm gonna try and promote the Tim A bag. My daughter and my niece growing up called me Tim A. And so I fashioned Tim A canvas bag with my artwork on it. So instead of Couch or Coach and Louis Vuitton and all that stuff, I used a Tim A bag for $40.
There's a market and a niche for everything. That's for sure.
I'm hoping so. We're gonna find out. I was talking to Melanie. She does a lot. If it's on her Instagram, she does a lot of clothing and different things like that. So I asked her about, if I got her a couple bags, if she would show them off. So I've got to get my butt in gear and get some bags made, or get some bags for her.
Get the supply.
Nice. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I gotta say, it's kind of a jab at my daughter a little bit. She has wanted a Louis Vuitton bag forever, and she'd been saving her money apparently for quite some time. And so my son-in-law went to Italy for his job, and he ended up bringing her some. And don't ask me the name of it because I don't know. But same thing. I mean, he had to go to this special store, and it was very expensive. But it's just a bag. Just a big old bag.
Is it really just a bag? Do we say, is it really just plastic?
It's Lego.
Is it just Lego?
I'm glad Christine hasn't asked for one.
Louis Vuitton.
I don't ask for one.
Yeah, you just get it.
I mean, why do I do all these overtimes for?
It'd be a lot of overtime for one of those things. Wow.
I am overtime queen at work. You should see me.
So you mentioned that you tried out for season 1. Did you try season 1, season 2, season 3, and then finally got picked for season 4?
We didn't try season 2 because it was just with COVID. Tim didn't want to really mess with all that, and it worked out with it was Brick Rodeo that year, 2021, ended up to being the very first in-person convention in over a year, because so we ended up having Mark and Steven, Wayne and Zach, Dawn, Jen, and Moto, all 7 of them at Brick Rodeo that year. And so got the chance to kind of talk to them, kind of told them we'd been, with season 1, did, a little bit, and got some encouragement from them and stuff. And so when season 3 rolled around, I hadn't decided yet. And then they actually reached out to me about doing it again. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, cool. And so I said something to Tim about doing it again. And so we tried, and we did pretty good. But then So we thought, okay, season 4 roll around, and we go, okay, guys, this is our third time. Either pick us or don't. And so I guess they did. So we ended up finally on season 4. And I got to say, I love everybody with season 3, but we couldn't pick better people to have been on the show with than the people off season 4.
Cool. Good experience.
Oh my gosh, we just had a ball. I mean, it was like
amazing.
It's like we had known each other forever.
Kindred spirits.
Yeah. Couple days. I mean, it was just crazy how well, and still are. I mean, it's just we talk, and a lot of us talk every day or every. It's really been great, and I just am so happy that it worked out the way it did. I mean, I say I don't know who makes the decisions of what teams they pick, but they're either the smartest people or the most intuitive people, because
they know chemistry.
They do. I mean, it's crazy because you look at how well season 3 gelled for the most part, how all they gelled together and stuff, and even the season 2 group. But now they had a lot of, with COVID and stuff, there was a lot of stuff they had to endure that the rest of it didn't. So they didn't get the opportunity to be it together quite as much as the rest of us did. So, but knowing most of them that I do, I mean, they would have been, and they are very. I mean, Mark and Steven are just awesome. I got to spend a lot of time with them last weekend. They took us down to the store, gave us the tour and all that. And, oh my God, that's incredible! A lot of Lego in that place.
Can you be a store?
Yeah.
What new hobby do you need? Yeah.
I'm not sure if they had more than Chris though. Actually, Chris was there. Chris ended up being there while we were there too. And
nice.
I would love. We need to see if he did a video of his haul from there, because I don't remember. He had a video from when he went to Billund, and it looked like he had an entire hotel room just.
I know.
Wow.
So I can only imagine what all he found there in Atlanta.
So after taping, you guys were allowed to you guys could were able to hang out, go to dinner, stuff like that.
Yeah, let's see. I don't know. I don't have anybody on here keeping me.
Oh, is that
we were able to interact a little bit. I mean, it was.
Oh, they still kept you guys sequestered. Still.
Well, yeah. I mean, we weren't supposed to be out and about too much because COVID. Even still now, you never know when it's going to rear its ugly head. So they want you to, stay pretty close to the hotel and stuff. So, and they keep you pretty busy. I mean, with the filming and all that. I mean, pretty long.
I know.
Day.
What really is 10 hours worth of build equivalent to? It's probably longer, right?
A week.
Because of all the takes and the stops.
Well, the build time is the build time. There's no that's true. I mean, that's when they say 10 hours, that's what 10 hours of building you do. So, but then all the other stuff, it just takes extra time too. But the
I guess by the time you guys get back to the hotel, it's really late, so you want to go to sleep, and then you guys wake up the next morning.
We're hungry and just want to veg and that kind of thing. So so we had time to really
So how long have you've known Tim, the other Tim from the Lug? You've known him for
that's what's kind of funny. We both joined exactly the same time, June of 2014, and our names Tim H and Tim H. And with the Google group,
that's funny.
Is this all the messaging and stuff? He was on there a lot more than I was, and so, but we both did a lot of displaying and helping out and stuff, but people didn't realize. They thought we were the same person for the long time.
Like Tim H squared.
Until we started really doing the conventions, and like, there's two of you.
There's Tim H.
So and he and I, we've done a lot. I mean, there's been a lot of times it's just been me and him, because we get asked to do about anything you could think of. I mean, we did we went one night. It was a stormy night to a little small town south of Houston. They had a middle school science fair. They asked us to come down there and bring some science related stuff. So he and I, and it was a bad thunderstorm going down there and stuff, but we did that. And then we've done a lot of just, little shows, different. We get asked by schools to do a lot of stuff.
Presentations, yeah. Oh, that's cool.
So you guys have worked together, like done collabs a lot before.
Kind of, sort. I mean, we used to, as a club, for all the brick rodeos and brick fiestas. Usually, we all did one big collaborative thing like that, and he and I worked together on those a little bit. I mean, we had to kind of find our way. I mean, we, as far as building together a lot, we hadn't done that as much and stuff. So I mean, the good thing is we both really enjoy everything. I mean, we both like the trains. We're both involved with the Texas Brick Railroad. He does a lot more building for them. He's actually got a whole city that he has started taking, and he built a replica of the Hogwarts train, really nice, motorized. Oh, nice. It's nice, and a couple other things. I've got a few buildings. My Avengers Tower has made its way to the TBRR layout a couple of times.
Oh, cool.
I've got another. There was the London Bridge set that came out. Oh gosh, maybe 2014, 2012, somewhere in there.
Tower Bridge, yeah.
And there was a rebrickable redo of it, turning it into a museum. And it's really nice. Wow. So I've done that, and so that's been on the train build a few times.
Nice.
And then, we just kind of, the Wild West is my thing. So that's, I've got my big 6 foot by 8 foot display of that I take around. And so I kind of concentrate on that kind of stuff. And then I do have I love the marble, and with my Avengers Tower, I'll do a big layout around it. And then I love Ninjago. I've got every
Oh, that's Harold's favorite.
It's beautiful.
And so it's getting really hard to keep up with that. There's just
it is.
Yeah. Did you guys see the new Hashima City too that they rebuilt?
Yep.
I was looking and watching Meredith Pink
Bricks.
Pink Wheels.
Pink Wheels. Sorry.
Yeah. All of her videos, and she had like a time lapse. I think it was posted by somebody else. It's amazing, right? Like how you build that. Like, I mean, we saw it, in Brick World Chicago, but like when you redo it, they redid it again for
it looks completely different.
Completely different.
But
and
it's
even like the
pretty awesome
formatting of that supporting tables. I'm like, oh, they're just putting it on tables this time, but it's still massive. Like you wonder.
I think I actually liked the version they had at BrickCon last weekend. I don't know what it was about. I didn't get to see it at Brick World, but I had seen it at all the Brick World. I think Brickner, Alabama was the first time they set it up, maybe.
Yeah.
And so I had seen it there because it was right across from my Wild West build at that. And then I had seen it at all the brick fairs since then, and watched it grow and change and all that. And I don't know what it was about the one last weekend, the layout they had.
I don't know. My theory is you always just get better, right? You just get a fluency. So even if they ask you to build again, you could, possibly like reprocess your idea.
You could fix what you didn't like the first time.
Like so it only becomes.
I think it's supposed to be a different sector. Like it's more open.
Yeah, there's like an open space.
There was more. It wasn't as much crammed into it.
Less congestion.
It didn't seem. But no, it's awesome, and there's so many new people getting involved all the time. I mean, I was talking to them, and they were like, "You need to get involved. You can do this. You can build vehicles. You don't have to build. All
They're recruiting you."
So I said, "Well, we'll see. I don't know."
So speaking of great builds, I pulled one up here,
sharing some stuff.
And this is Iggy's Tree. Do you recognize this one, Tim?
I do. Let me tell you something. So I did the owl and the squirrel. I did a lot of the character. That kind of became my thing, was doing the characters. And so that is my owl. And then this weekend I won this little set with this owl. And I'm like,
It looks quite similar.
It does look quite similar, doesn't it?
What does Lego take over in creative outputs from contestants?
So which episode was this one from?
That was episode 2.
Mm-hmm.
And that one was probably my favorite. We got to play with the kittens. Iggy was on.
Yes. Oh my God, that was so fun.
Oh,
I love kittens. I would have died in that room though. I have bad allergies.
I wanted to just go around the floor and play with all of them, and they wouldn't let me. But
oh my gosh,
that's all my
allergies. What was the story that you guys came up with for this?
So Tim, in his backyard, apparently they had a birdhouse up in the tree, and legitimately there was a squirrel and an owl that both were living in this little birdhouse up in their tree. And so one of Iggy's traits was he loved making new friends and all that. And oh gosh, I had all 3 in my head at one time. He was very social. He loved making new friends, and there was a third thing. But anyway, so we came up with the idea of the squirrel and the owl adopted Iggy. And so and they're having a big party and bringing it in to the house there. So that's where the piñata kind of come in. We got kind of Jamie and Amy were like, yeah, you guys kind of got a little too crazy with everything. But and that was supposed to be kind of the Texas thing with the piñata too. We were just kind of having fun with it and coming up with all kinds of stuff. Something kind of fun. It started with the episode 1 with the boat build, and we had the boats always had the poop deck, and so I made a little outhouse.
Where's the outhouse?
So then when we started, we were working on this, and this is perfect. Stay right where you're at. Go back just a little bit. So that turtle right there, if you look right there's a little pile of poop. He's the party pooper.
Oh, that's
funny.
So somehow pooping kind of became, and so then the third episode, the volcano episode, there actually was the little fish people that we came up with. And in the very front, and I actually have the little fish guy. Yeah, this was what was cool. Apparently, so the Lego Masters, they did not want to have to clean up all those builds from the lava episode.
Yeah.
Of volcano. And so they traded out or something with Atlanta Brick Co. And they were able to save some stuff from some of the individual builds. And so they were able to save some of our fish people that we did. And actually, this one has a little bit of the
gup
syrup stuff still on him.
Still have the gup, yeah.
Souvenir.
But this particular one was right there in the front of the build, and I put a little pile of poop. And what the story was, when Will yells out "You have 1 hour left," it scared him, so he
had some doodles
himself.
That's funny.
And maybe Tim and I were talking this past weekend about that. Maybe that's what happened because we forgot the poop element in the 4th episode.
Right.
So we went home because we had no poop, I guess.
Here, so this is
because we had the little rabbit on there. That's what we were talking about. We should have maybe, when the thing turned around, instead of having the failed magic trick and the rabbit still there, we should have had a little pile of rabbit poop. But
I could kind of see the poop deck in blue on the back.
Let's see. Now this was hard. The back on the back end, and it's down on the other side of the barbecue there. There's a little outhouse looking thing that was, and I don't know the poop deck. I don't know what the actual poop on a ship, what the poop deck is, but but I did make a little outhouse.
So this one is Tim and Tim's fire sale.
Yes.
What was the challenge for this one?
Just make it float.
It was to make a party boat, as far as I remember. And Tim actually, he had sailed. That's where the colors in the sails, because we got kind of downgraded because of so many different color schemes. But Tim had actually been on a sailboat in his younger days, and I don't know. He said it just popped in his head right away about Texas barbecue and sailboat, and so that was his. He came up with that, and we went with it. And what's kind of funny, the bull on the front, I was just, down in Texas, the Cadillacs, they have the big, just the bull horns on the front. And when Jamie and Amy came over, Jamie said something about, the bull horns are kind of cool, but that's kind of small. You ought to do something more. And so we came up, go ahead and adding the whole bull head, and then Tim did a cowboy hat on the top of the bull. So, and we were happy. It turned out a whole lot better than if it had just been bull horns. So,
they know how to advise.
Yeah, you should always listen to
the judges'
advice.
You should always listen
more,
to the judges.
more.
Yeah, from watching the episodes, it's always
that's our take home lesson from
listen
this.
to them.
Well, and to be honest, they're there to help. I mean, they're not trying. They want you to
succeed.
They want you to have the best build. And so if you're kind of getting off track a little bit, they're there to also guide you back and and see what you can do.
This one looks very cool.
So this one was from episode 3, right?
That's episode 3, and ours was underwater. So we.
Oh, here are the creatures that you were showing.
Yeah, those are there's the little.
There's the poop.
Yeah, I get excited when they're presenting, at the end, everyone, and they actually like animate it or make the whole everything, and we're just like work.
Well, and the thing with the poop, I had forgotten in our previous 2 presentations, I forgot all about mentioning the poop, party pooper, and all that. And so finally on this episode, I remembered, and so I got excited. I said, "Oh, I got to tell you guys," and all this, and oh my gosh, I had Jamie and Amy laughing. The film crew was laughing so hard because talking about poop, and I don't even remember the whole conversation, but sorry. I finally got to talk about that, and so that was that was fun then. But we enjoyed this build. It was kind of fun.
That's cool.
It's pretty big.
It is huge.
It's huge.
Very nice. Very colorful.
Yeah, I was trying to do the underwater mountain thing.
No poop.
No.
The last one is the Great Wilroni. So this is the one where you guys heard a sound, and then you had to build, make a creation based on the sound. What was your sound?
It's like angels. See, when I heard your sound, I thought it was angels in heaven.
It was Twinkle, I think.
Twinkle, yeah.
But that's what it was. It was like, exactly that. And so we got a big reveal out of it.
Yes.
And so initially we thought, okay, the golden brick, and this would be a treasure chest. And Tim was working on the movement to where the front of the chest would open, and they have a big reveal of the golden brick. Well, a little ways into the challenge, Will decides to reveal that the golden brick was back in play. So it's kind of like, well. So we kind of tried to work with different things, change it up a little bit and stuff. And it really wasn't going anywhere. And so then Tim had the idea about the magic show. And so we, embraced that. But by that time, we already had this whole big chest kind of going.
It's a bit of a pivot still.
Yeah, I mean, we ended up, it was pivot.
But I like how you did like the floor and the bottom. Like, there's so many elements to this build that still turned out so well, and everything.
The biceps on the show ladies.
Yeah. I thought those were Del toys. What constitutes, we say guns? I was asking this to Nick yesterday. What are guns? Like just your biceps, or the entire arm is like your gun?
It's usually the biceps.
Just the biceps. Okay.
Yeah. That's what I said. Those two gals are the homely.
I know.
Yeah.
I was laughing.
They're making their reveal.
You lift, bro.
Yeah.
I'd forgotten about that. Yeah. I had a lot of fun with that.
Showgirls over there are jacked.
Yeah. Very cool though.
So out of the 4 builds, which one was your favorite?
Oh, I don't know. They asked me that question a couple of times this past weekend. I really had fun with all of them. I would say maybe the cat doing Iggy's little
playhouse.
The treehouse.
I probably had the most fun doing, but I really enjoyed the volcano one too. I mean,
yeah, the great putting.
I mean, these fish. Tim came up with the idea of the city because Houston. What it originally was the final big hurricane had finally brought Houston down under the water, and down in Houston, because when things happen, everybody kind of does. The city comes together and really, helps each other. I mean, it's kind of crazy. The rest of the time, they're trying to run each other over on the freeways, but when big things happen, it's a big family, and and overcome and adapt. And so I got thinking, okay, so we're the Houstonians. We're going to adapt. We become fish people, and so this, I had to. We didn't. This is the part. There's a lot of parts, but yes, there's also a little bit of limitation on parts. So this was the best I could do at the time. So I don't know. I may play with them and do a little bit more with them. And I know he likes to tinker and come up with stuff. So he may come up with some really cool. So we may have to do a recap of the fish people someday. But
yeah. It must be like high stress situations too, like when you create these builds, it isn't like at your home and you're processing it as you go and you walk away from it. And then, something else kind of like happens in your mind and you're like, oh, let me try this. When you do have the time crunch to the show, like that's just like, okay, what is my output for creativity? And then the execution and then the presentation. Like I can only imagine, that's why I turn them down.
That was kind of my big fear kind of going into the show because I'd been having this creative block. I mean, everything, my artwork, my leg, just a lot of stuff. And so I was really afraid that I'd get on there and just not be able to do anything. But I don't know. It was, I guess, just the pressure and just.
And it helps to have a partner, right? Because you can get some kind of momentum going. If you're kind of at a loss for words, then hopefully they can fill in somehow.
Tim was able to usually come up with the big idea or the big theme, and then I was able. Then we kind of, and it was frustrating sometimes because we've both been builders for a long time, and it wasn't that either one of us had to just do this or do that. I mean, we, both were very. We wanted to do something good, and it wasn't like this is my idea. You got to do this. It was just trying to figure out what I could do, with my abilities to add to his abilities to make the best build. And so, but once we got it going, I mean, we rocked it. I mean, Jamie was impressed with how fast. I mean, like the one that sent us home. I mean, we were well into that thing when we finally decided on Magic and. We ended up having the final, a complete build at the end was because we didn't know for a while. But what happened, and I called it Emmett mode. I kept saying that because it really was kind of like that, how in the movie or how the what were they called? Build masters or whatever. And all the people in your head just trying to start putting themselves together. And that's kind of what was happening with me. I knew what I wanted to build, and I'd run over to the brick pit and just start finding the parts. And it would kind of put itself together in my head, and I'd go back over to the table and put it together. I mean, it was crazy, but it happened like that, and and I was excited about being able to do stuff. But now I'm back in the real world, and my creative crunch is kind of back a little bit.
Yeah, that's where I was. Where I am.
Because I never planned anything.
Have you been building lately? Well, since the move, since you arrived?
No, I unloaded the last pod last Wednesday night and had to get on the plane Thursday morning. So and I won't lie, it's probably gonna be a couple of months before I have this room. I've got a bigger room than I had at the last house. We were only in our last house for 3 years, and it was a downsize. And I didn't have nearly. In this house, I think I can have a nice sized city.
And so that's exciting.
That opens up some possibilities. And then I don't have as much space, so I've got to figure out storage things a little different. And so I'm going to take my time. I've had an idea for about 3, maybe 4 years, and I've been going to do it for Brick Rodeo every year. But the Lego movies just really inspired me in that, where they bring all the themes in, and like the Kitty Land, the Cloud Palace,
Cloud Cuckoo Land.
Yes, and they had all those different figures from all the different themes.
Yeah.
I've got at least one figure from everything. Figures, and for just that purpose, I want to try and create about the size of my Wild West build, probably 6 foot by 8 foot.
Wow.
And have different worlds and just have all these different figures act and all that kind of thing. And what's kind of held me up with it is, which worlds do I want to represent in there? And what, and that's instead of just jumping into it and get started on something, I keep trying to come up with something.
Yeah.
So that's my next big project.
Yeah.
And then
would that be something you would display, or is that just for your own home?
No, that's something I want to do for the conventions and stuff.
Okay. Make it modular, make it be travel, like cool. You're able to travel with it.
Well, and then like with my Western build, one of the dreams I had with it when I started it, because it is historical, there's a lot of historical figures, was being able to put it in museums and have it be, and that's happened. It's in a museum right now, actually, in Lake Jackson.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
And last year, right before we went to film Lego Masters, it went into a museum in another little town, Angleton, and just about 30 minutes from Lake Jackson. Okay. And then in March, I got to go take it down, and it's going to another little town in Alvin for a museum. So we've started these little museums. Are like everybody else, they're seeing the value of having Lego exhibits and how much it brings people into the museum. And stuff. It's been really incredible. Let's see, the summer before I was on Lego Masters, there was a fine art museum in North Houston that had our club, and actually Moto and Dawn from season 2 got to participate. They sent builds and had a summer-long show. It was the best show they had ever had. Brought in like over 10,000 people over the summer. Wow. And this is a fine art museum. I should have brought that in the room. I ended up, my Wild West, my mountains are what I'm known for, and the colors that I use and stuff like that. Actually, you know what? If we take a break in a minute, I'll go get it. I'd like to show it. But it was a landscape painting basically out of Lego. So it's 3D, and then I built a wooden frame around it, and that's what I did for that. So I would like to do, I love the Orient and all that, like the Ninjago and the Samurai and all that stuff. And I would like to do something similar of a temple with a cherry blossom tree coming out.
Beautiful.
And what's kind of funny about that is Papa Bricks, Mark, he's in San Diego, but he mixes his Japanese heritage with Star Wars. And he actually came to Brick Rodeo last year, and he had a kind of exactly what I was kind of wanting to do is a sunset. And I think it had a temple, but he had the cherry blossom tree kind of coming out of it. And then he had an X-Wing fighter flying out of it.
Oh, wow.
I think,
and then he's got a Darth Vader samurai.
Yeah.
It's a tall build.
I met on the brick roll.
Very cool stuff. And I got to meet him and talk to him. So that was awesome. But I've got lots of ideas. I've got my Elves Gone Bad storyline that I do at Christmas time. I know my sister was doing the Elf on a Shelf.
Oh yeah,
every week or every day she was, and it was just cracking me up. And I'm like, I've got all this Christmas village, all these elves and stuff. I could do something with Lego.
Yeah.
And so I came up with this whole little group of elves that were problems and all of that. And
that's funny.
Literally, it was like I build these elaborate little sets just to take 1 or 2 pictures, and then I had to build more to get the whole story. Yeah. And I got season 2 done. I did it a couple years ago, and I made a big deal about season 3, and I didn't get it done before Christmas, so it may still come out yet. But it was something to do with Jack Frost, and I think I did Jack Frost headquarters, and I promoted it, and I had it in the box.
It's hard to find things in there.
He's just settling. He'll have a.
That's gonna be me.
That's
good.
Is that gonna be
Put your box there when I move.
Not a Home Depot.
I was like, how's your moving system?
Well,
A truck.
so actually, Tim, the other Tim, he came up with doing the boxes this way. So you take, and UPS has, I kind of the Home Depot, but UPS has a 10 by 10 box that the actual, so like your modulars, and you have a piece of packing tape across here, and then you slice it, and then you add more on top, like little, and it just sticks over the top and seals it up. And he came up with this, and everybody down here is doing it, and it helps a lot.
It doesn't ruin the box with the tape on tape.
Yeah.
Keeps it pretty well protected. And so.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So this is Jack Frost headquarters. And we did a collaborative
amazing.
Build.
It's still intact. It didn't break at all inside that box.
No, I've learned how to build pretty solid. My Wild West build gets hauled all over the place.
Yeah, I think that's my castle.
I made this one modular too, the topple.
Oh,
layer.
Nice. Is there an
I was even smart, so when I get ready to finally do the story, I can open this up.
Oh, cool.
This is going to be the throne room, so I got to finish out and do a throne and all that kind of stuff. But I can do interior shots and for the story.
Where's Jack Frost?
He is. Yeah, I'm really excited, happy about him.
Oh, nice to give him a robe.
Translucent face.
I like it.
That's cool.
I tell you what, making the figures and stuff is just so much fun. And then let's see.
Yeah,
when I was doing Jack Frost was part of season 2. I think, isn't that Zane?
I was gonna say Zane.
Oh, Zane.
The head is from a Zane Ninjago, I think, maybe.
Yeah, I was like,
is that Doc from Back to the Future's hair?
Yeah, I believe it is. And then I'm not sure what the torso and the legs.
Is that the
I think that's Moon Knight, isn't it?
Yeah, this is from the Penguin.
The Penguin.
That looks great.
Yeah, nice.
But yeah, and then they came out with these guys literally last year when I was doing season 2. Yeah. Jack Frost was kind of the hero of season 2, and these guys literally came out right before. So that was what was kind of awesome. It's funny how when you're doing things and all of a sudden
serendipitous things happen.
Put down things that work very well. So anyway, so now I'm as I said, I kind of have in the creative block. I was hoping to get season 3 because I made a big deal about season 3 at all the conventions and stuff, and I had this with me, and my fans are probably, oh my god, he didn't get it done.
Now Lego's gonna come up with something like that. You're gonna see it in like a couple years.
I'm all for that one. I mean, they can, because I can't do anything with it because what happens is if a character's laying there, they get stuck in. Like I had season 1, I had Fred Flintstone, so I called him Freddie Claus Stone or something, and he rides Bobo the Christmas dinosaur, that white dinosaur from the Jurassic World stuff.
Oh, right.
I put a bow on him, and Fred Flintstone rode him, and Scrooge. That Scrooge set happened to come out, so he ended up being the major villain. I had my own little Grinch that I had made, and he was part of it. And I mean, so I have all of these, that I could get. I could never sell the story or turn it into an actual little book because I get sued 6 ways to Sunday. But it's just fun. I mean, I hope. My hope is like 'Twas the Night Before Christmas was such a big thing when I was growing up. Every year you had to watch. You read the story, but then they did a cartoon of it too, and we watched the cartoon every year. And so I'm hoping that maybe this will be something that, big enough that, I got to watch Elves Gone Bad this year. And, so we'll see.
Nice.
Good idea.
I've got a Facebook page for it, and people keep checking it out and all that kind of thing. So
very nice.
That's cool. That's cool. We're going to jump into our next segment.
Yeah.
Which is Share Your Stories, Share Your Stories, Share Your Stories, Weekly Recap. Weekly Recap. So this is when we kind of talk about what happened during the week.
I can't recollect usually.
What's happened during
usually reminds me.
We had the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl just happened. Are you a football guy, Tim?
What's that?
Are you a football guy?
Yeah, and I'm a Kansas boy, so the Chiefs are my team.
Very good.
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
I will say I was rooting for Detroit because they've never been, and I really love it when the teams that haven't been make it. I mean, it's like the Chiefs. I wasn't sure I was ever in my lifetime going to see them get to a Super Bowl again. But they've done really well, and
and now it's back to back. I didn't realize it's been years and years since they've had back to back same team win.
Yeah,
like I didn't think that was historic until
in football.
Well, because I think San Francisco did it back when Joe Montana was
exactly.
And then the Steelers when Terry Bradshaw. I don't know if they did it back to back, but they won 4 or 5 back in the day. I mean, so
yeah.
Harold, you had a Super Bowl party, didn't you? You said you were hosting
that? Not this year.
Just Christine was in a fantasy?
Yeah, so we both had like midterms and tests that week, so we just did our own thing at home. Yeah. Nice. But I'm a Niners fan, but I was voting for the Chiefs this time.
Yeah. Oh my God. Just even like the
Was it because of Taylor Swift?
Were you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
kidding.
Well, it must have been a really slow game. I didn't get to see any of the game because I ended up helping tear down the Atlanta.
Okay.
My friend Jamie Brick Jams, he helped set up the show.
Yeah, Brick Jams.
And he was having to tear it down, and I want he was there working, and I Nick and Amanda were really good to me, come to the show and stuff. So I wanted to. So I ended up doing that instead of seeing the game, but it sounded like it was kind of slow.
I woke up with a minute left in overtime. So I saw the last.
And I was actually watching it. I don't watch football. Usually, I'm always going to ask Nick what's going on.
I taped it because I recorded it. No one says taped anymore.
Yeah.
I recorded.
I was doing my labs, and then I just hear Christine's reactions. I was like, "Oh, what happened?"
Yeah.
So the wives were watching the football games while all the guys were.
Well, Christine's more into football than I am, so.
Oh. But it was an exciting ending. The ending was exciting.
Well, it sounds like it. You would hope
they scored a touchdown with three minutes left to win.
I know,
or 3 seconds.
And the whole time I'm like, "There's no way. There's no way. They're not pausing the clock. How come these people aren't moving at all?"
Well, they tied it with 3 seconds left to go to overtime with a field goal, and then they scored a touchdown in overtime with 3 seconds left to win Kansas City.
Really? I didn't know that.
Wow. Yeah. So that's
crazy.
That was exciting.
Yeah. So very cool. We'll see how next year pans out, but they're calling it their legacy now.
And the halftime show was Usher.
Yeah, back to like
how was it?
Cool.
It was okay. It had like a Mardi Gras theme.
Yeah,
or not like a Cirque du Soleil.
Like a lot of performers. Like he sings, and then lots of performers all throughout the field.
So it's so busy,
colorful, busy, chaotic. And then he would bring special guests.
Alicia Keys.
Those he did duets with. Yeah. So I think some people were waiting for Justin Bieber to come out because they're just wondering who else he had collaborations with, right?
Ludacris and Little John.
Yeah. But it was I don't know, like it was a bit sedate for me. Like it's all his top hits. Like it is Usher, right? It's not J-Lo or Shakira.
He's like 45 now, so he's old Usher.
He's Usher.
Young 20-year-old.
Still moves. Yeah.
Actually, he's still
He's still limber. He's limber.
He
got married right after.
He took off his shirt too to show
I know. It's funny.
Dad bod, but it's not really a dad bod.
So he worked for it.
He works out.
He knew he was doing halftime.
Yeah, so another thing that happened. So through past couple episodes, been talking about how Hayden, our youngest, he's in grade 4. He made the junior boys basketball team, which is 4, 5, and 6. So he's kind of the youngest. They had their tournament this past week,
and they call it pod, which is just among the, I guess, neighboring schools in the vicinity. And surprisingly, they won. It was a full sweep.
So they did well.
And we're like, really?
I was able to,
did he play?
I was able to clip some of the scores here of and yeah, he did pretty well. So the first game they won 29-17.
We're like, okay.
Wow.
And they won't let the parents watch. So new school board rules, or I guess part of it is capacity. It is an elementary school size gym, and with I think 4 or 5 other schools there, they had to always be creative with their spacing, so they couldn't ask parents to come, right? So
we didn't get to see. But then the second game they won 27-4.
Wow. Dang.
27-4.
And then I was like, did you play?
The third game he scored 4 points in the third game. 26-2. I'm like,
wow.
what are like
basketball's a lot of fun. I love playing basketball.
Yeah.
And then the last game they won 30-8. So they were 4-0.
So they move on.
When Tristan played.
I know. When Tristan would be on the other end.
Yeah, that's our oldest. And he played rep, and we're just like. So clearly Nick worked towards maybe training this last kid,
the last one,
a little bit more, or this kid actually like took in all the little tips that Nick would whisper to him. But he they had to family, so it's like the next level of schools, I guess, who I'm sure also had these kinds of results.
Yeah, so it's gonna be more tougher.
It'll be a tougher team. And then should they make that?
So that's gonna be this coming up Friday is the next tournament. And so we're allowed to watch this one. It's
hosted at a local high school, so I guess their gymnasium is a lot sizable,
bigger.
So there's more for capacity. So we'll see how it goes, but it's exciting to like have him. And we're always telling our kids, just participate in school. Like, when you're a grown up, it's so hard to like have all this fun stuff in your life. So when you're in school, and yes, you're, we want you to focus on academics too, but enjoy as many groups, as many sports as you can, because it happens less, right? Yeah. So you have to make your own sport. We are in sport of Lego, clearly.
Tim, you were this past weekend, you were at Atlanta BrickCon. Have you been to Atlanta BrickCon before?
No, this was the first time I got to go, and I was very happy I went, and I will definitely try to go back. Like I said, they're trying to do more shows, and I'm going to try and take my Wild West build to Nashville, because I think it's going to be a pretty close drive for me, and I can haul it over there because it fills up my wife's expedition. So I can't go just everywhere with that thing. So
did you display your Wild West at Atlanta BrickCon?
Wow.
No, I took just a couple little things because I flew.
Okay. Yeah.
It was my first time flying with anything too, so I wasn't sure how it was going to be.
Yeah.
Was there like a Lego Master panel? Did you speak or anything?
Originally, there was going to be more, but then when they ended up having so many people display, they had to kind of cut. They didn't have the stage area like they had in the past, I guess.
Okay.
And so they ended up, because they had Mark and Steven there, and then Christopher and Robert were both there. So they had a panel with the winners, the true Lego. And I never did. I was going to go watch them. I never did get the chance to ever go watch them. So I missed out there. I was kind of
Yeah.
Because usually they're kind of fun.
How many years has Atlanta been around?
I think this is the second one, isn't it?
Oh, okay.
It's only the second
or third, I think.
So it's only growing in popularity. So I could only imagine capacity-wise, it's just,
Capacity, I heard this time was 50,000 square feet, whereas last time was 20,000 square feet.
Wow.
It keeps doubling in size, and they're
Holy
talking
moly.
The convention center they had it in, they're going to rent out even more space, because there was like a partition wall for part. It sounds like last year they had about half of the space they did this year, and they moved the wall back, and then next year it's going to be even more because they didn't add any more displayers, but what they ended up doing was widening all the walkways and stuff because I guess that was a big thing last year. I mean, it was just wall, you couldn't hardly move.
Okay.
It was just so they.
How did it go? Was there also adult fan days, or it was just like
a private days?
Yeah, private days. Or...
I think there were, right? Thursday, Friday,
Thursday, and all day Friday. Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay.
What were there activities Thursday and Friday for the?
They did have some. They had a couple of drafts, and then they had not a whole lot, but they had. I didn't get a chance to
participate
do any of them, but they had different little things going on and stuff. So
what was the swag in the swag bag?
We did get. Oh wait, we did. I wasn't much. It was a couple a little bit of candy to, and then we had if you got signed up, you got your badge with your name on it, and I think that was it. It wasn't
no little set or shirt or anything.
No, I'm finding that very few of the shows
give away that.
I will brag on Brick Rodeo a little bit. As far as swag and stuff, that's probably one of the best shows anywhere because you get your shirt, you get your printed name, a couple of printed bricks, and they've been coming up with a commemorative set, the actual set in the build. You get a raffle ticket, or not a raffle ticket, you get a ticket, and right away you turn it in when you check in, and you get a set. And it can be a small set, it can be a big set. It's just
you don't know.
Interesting. Yeah.
So I mean, you're guaranteed by just getting your registration that you're going to come home with at least a set.
Right.
Most of them they do the raffles, and you may or may not. They don't guarantee everybody register, but it's a smaller show, and they can do, like Brick Fair, when you got, or Brick World, you got 1,800 registrants. You can't have 1,800 sets to hand out. So
$15 sets.
Exactly.
Yeah, when I went to Brick Slopes this past August, there was a lot of swag as well at Brick Slopes.
Yeah, I've heard Cody really, and I want to go this year. I don't know if I'm going to get to or not. There's a couple things happening right there around it, and so I'm going to have to make choices. But I really wanted to try and go this year. But
same.
But we'll see. I'm going to try and get to a few more things. Especially living here, I can drive to a lot more things. So
nice.
It kind of opens up.
It becomes an issue of which show you can make in a year, right? Like it's just so popular, and they all sound like they're all fun to attend. It's just time. Money.
Yeah.
Time.
Well, that's it. And they all have their own unique
features.
Brick World and Brick Fair, they're truly nothing but fall mocks and that kind of thing. And then they have, events going on. But then you got like Brick Universe and Brick Convention where they have whoever the local love, they come and display. But then you also have the Lego artists and Lego masters that travel with the show, and they have great stuff. That was one of the highlights with Brick Convention when I went to Wichita. AC Penn has been I've loved him forever, and I finally got to meet him and see his stuff and really spend the weekend talking to him and his wife, and just had a ball. So I'm looking forward to getting to do more stuff with him. And Tom Jacobson, I had never met him, but he's a fantastic builder. I mean, he likes to mesh, Frank Lloyd Wright architecture with Star Wars, and he comes
cool.
Really, in fact, he won. His new Star Wars build won Best of Show. No, one of the big awards this past weekend. He won with his.
He was there.
Oh, dang.
Okay.
So it was kind of funny. He was there. Patrick was there. Bricker Builds had most of the people I'd seen at Wichita at Brick Convention for Bricker Build. Most of those guys were there. So all the Brick Convention people were. AC was on his own out in Bakersfield.
Yeah, I think Bricker Builds were at the 2 different conventions
at the same time.
They split up.
Harry Potter
They've got enough
show,
people traveling
Yeah.
that they break it up and stuff.
They have a huge team now.
But I did get to meet the guy that's Chris that actually started it.
Yeah, Chris.
He came by and talked to me, and we were visiting. So yeah, that was really cool. And then
he's nice.
I knew one of the other guys that was working with him. He had actually ran the show in Wichita for Grayson because he couldn't make it. Oh gosh, his name escapes me. I mean, that's what's bad. I meet these people and I love them, and I forget names.
Nick and Maria, Brick World Chicago. Yep. Harold. See, you're good. You have your name in your handle, Tim's Brick Adventures. So people always remember Tim's Brick.
That's mainly for me to remember. I'm Tim. Yes, I'm Tim.
What does my sticker say? Right.
Another thing that happened this week, our youngest, Hayden, had his 10th birthday party on Sunday.
That happened too.
That's awesome.
So he wanted to go to a steakhouse.
I know. He didn't want a birthday party anymore. I'm like, did you want a birthday party with your buddies? We had laser tag last year. No, I'm going to be 10. I'm good. But let's go to the Keg, which is a steakhouse. I'm like, all right. All right, old person.
But he still didn't order a steak. He just had a burger. I know. All us other boys had
yeah, I'm like, it's going to be hefty with the other boys, but sure.
The $50 steak. So
shoot.
But yeah, no. So yes, that did happen. Yeah. Otherwise, I just remember work.
Oh, and also Hayden said that for Lent, he's gonna give up fast food.
Fast food,
like McDonald's and Tim Hortons and Wendy's. And then he looks at me and he goes, "What are you going to give up?" And I'm like, "I've never imposed you giving up on anything. What is school teaching you clearly?" And he's like, "I think you should give up coffee." So
you giving up coffee?
So I'm trying. Coffee. I know. Well, so I'm like onto decaf, and then when you're back on decaf, you kind of seep back into like the calf because why do D if you can alphabetically like go back to the calf? But I know I have to cut myself. I have to cut myself around like off around 3 p.m. Otherwise, I'm just up all night long, right? But so 2 days ago or whenever we started, Hayden's like, "Oh, today's the first day. You're going to have tea this morning, right?" I'm like, "Okay." So tea isn't quite decaf. It has a bit of little caffeine. Oh my goodness. But by the time I went to work at 1 p.m., I had a pounding headache. It's like that. It's like caffeine withdrawal. Oh, yeah. Right? Yeah. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't.
That means you've been having too much caffeine.
Maybe. Anyways, I think I'm better. Today's like the 3rd day, and I've been having tea. So this is actually one of my show and tell. This amazing tea that I love right now.
Is that a segue?
I am good at segues.
Into our next segment,
right?
Which is it's time for show and tell.
You know, on that note, I'm gonna go grab that thing I was talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I set up. Show and tell.
Oh, I feel like I should be showing and telling like all of the anime figures that the kids have been bringing. That could be a good thing.
Figures?
Oh, you should. I want to see them.
I should. Because one of the things that
Emmett dances.
Yeah.
While we're waiting
this is what Emmett dances are. Sounds very like zombie too. this is keeping me sunglasses free and awake.
Are we going to be doing the Emmett dance until Tim gets back?
Our song finished.
Oh, this is the longest that we've had the dance music on.
This is filler. It's like commercials, right? Like, what do people do? Break time.
This is what they do during commercials.
Brought to you by our sponsor.
I've seen Nick move.
Oh, yay!
Oh, he's back. We were doing some filler.
We were gonna keep dancing until you came back. So thanks for coming back.
That's the longest dance segment.
I hurry, show and tell.
Whoa, what's that?
So that's the picture.
Wow. Oh, that's
I did for the
go first.
I think Tim
can go first.
Can you make it like super big?
I really like the layers.
Oh, I love this. This is phenomenal.
That lavender layer in there with the dark tan.
Oh, it's so gorgeous.
How thick is that?
When I was doing my mountain range in my Wild West build, and
now that the top reminds me of Jabba's palace. The top.
What's that?
The top part reminds me of Jabba's palace.
Oh, you know what? You're right.
With
it's amazing.
Purely a mistake. I just
That's wild.
But I love it. Lego
is the frame Lego is the frame Lego as well?
I think so.
No. When I first had the idea, I was going to do the frame out of Lego, and I was struggling with how I was going to do it. And I was talking to Tim, and he said, "Well, you're a carpenter. Just build one out of wood. It's for a museum." And I'm like, you know what? You're right. I've got a frame up in the attic I could resize to fit, and so I did. And
wow, you made that frame yourself. That's crazy.
And what do you call this? This is amazing, by the way.
Oh, what did I call it? Mountain land. I mean, it was nothing very original. Mountain landscape or something like that.
Oh my god!
So is this going to be hung up in your house?
It can be, yeah. I've actually taken.
How heavy is that?
Places. I can imagine it's so heavy.
You know,
I love the side waterfall. Is that waterfall on the side of the mountain? Like that's an idea. Oh,
yeah, I love that.
Well, we've seen Tim on Lego Masters, and you're a big guy, and you look small compared to that frame.
I think it's 25 inches tall and maybe about 20 wide.
Okay.
You know what's crazy about it though is I made the frame. It was kind of based the size. It was an existing frame, and I just kind of shortened it, but it was like 25 inches. And I just started building, and I just kind of quit building at a certain point, and it ended up being exactly 25 inches. I did not.
Wow.
That way. It just.
It's your artist. It's your perfect, artist eye. Like you can tell what dimensions are.
Yeah, I wish I had had more. I thought I had more of the azure because I really wanted to bring it down.
Oh, I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
And I wanted actually. I was hoping I had a third. You know,
a deeper shade. Yeah.
And so I was going to kind of have it, but then I didn't have enough of any of it, so I just kind of. So.
No, that looks fantastic. Wow, thank you.
Yeah, I was really excited. I was really happy with it.
How long did this take you to build?
Well, I procrastinate with everything. I think that's why the show worked so well for me because I wait till 2 weeks before.
Nothing like the pressure. Maybe you do well under pressure. This is why. Yeah, that's probably one of the interview questions. For Lego Masters, you know, how well do you work under pressure? Excellent, poorly, and then, you know.
Well, Harold can do it under pressure too.
Yeah, he does. He doesn't sleep.
What else you got, Tim? Anything else in there?
Well, I had my Harold and George, my little thing that I took to Atlanta Brick Con.
Harold.
And I heard Harold also.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh. Those nerds clusters are really good.
Oh, yeah. My daughter got me hooked on those things.
I got hooked on them.
So, one of the things in getting ready for the show, you do little practice things. And so I ended up doing this little thing. Kind of a billboard.
That's an armadillo, so cute.
Yeah, I love my little armadillo. I took this to Atlanta Brick Co this past weekend, and
that's fun.
For just a little goofy thing. I had a lot of people who really liked it. So,
I like the smell.
How does the back look? Oh, okay.
It's smooth.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I like the clouds on top. Yeah, that's really nice.
You know, initially I had more mountain. And one of the suggestions by somebody I was working with on it, they said something about, you know, because it was hiding the armadillo. And so they said, try to do something a little different. And I'm like, well, wait a minute, I'll put some clouds up there. And so I just started kind of playing with the slopes and different things. And I don't plan anything. I just sit down with a bunch of brick and just kind of start.
You're intuitive in a sense, right?
Yeah.
That's what I do too. I don't plan out. I just
Just
do the bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Harold plans out. Harold sketches, right?
Yeah, I sketch mine.
Well, and I should do that. You know, that was the thing on Lego Masters. Usually they show everybody sketches.
That's right. Yeah.
And I was really going to showcase my Illustrator background and do these elaborate sketches and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I didn't do it.
So as an artist, when you were younger, what style were your illustrations?
Well, he had a big comic book collection, so I could.
I did a lot of little comic book art, and somehow I got to where I could do portraits, and I got hooked into doing. Okay. For 30 years, I was doing people, and really got into doing the pets, the dogs and stuff. I came up with a technique in college using color pencil, the Barrel Prismacolor pencils are kind of a waxy pencil. And back in the 80s when I was in college, airbrush was a really big
thing. Huge.
And so we did most of our airbrushing on hot pressed illustration board, which is a very smooth. And so when you use those waxy color pencils and then you blend them and stuff, it looks like a painting.
Are we going to guess again?
I'll be right back. I can show you something on that too.
I think that calls for.
I'm done. I didn't do any workouts today. Oh, is that my kid home?
Oh,
thanks.
Oh.
So in the 80s, I was very much in the body.
Wow.
So I was doing a lot of.
Is that you? Are those your muscles? Is that your pose?
Oh, I wish.
You had to use a self model. This is self portrait.
Oiled up.
They look like photographs.
Back in the day.
Wow.
She was like the first fitness TV show exercise person.
Okay.
And this was her sister. And I didn't do her. Corinne was her name. I didn't do her justice. I don't know. She's a much prettier lady than she looks here.
I like how you do like the
shine.
The shine.
Yeah, the shine.
Well, that's what it is. It's that illustration board. Now this has a plastic
cover on it.
That's what the shine real. But I mean,
no,
like the shine off the muscle,
right?
like shine off the muscles.
Like
you can see like the light.
I follow a lot of what they're called hyper realist artists on Instagram.
Oh, those people.
Oh my goodness. And then you can't even tell like what's the item versus the painting. Like, they'll put one beside each other and they'll say which one is real, and then they'll pick up the item that's the real item, and I'm just always in awe how they're able, because I drew a lot when I was little, but there was no way I'm near this. And just their use of like just really colors, right? Because it's like the color white versus silver versus gray, and just really defining that shade of shadow or light. Like light and shadow isn't necessarily black or white, but like a myriad of different hues. But it's like being able to nitpick what will actually depict those. It's amazing. It's amazing to me. It looks great what you've just created there.
And you don't realize, but like when even in our skin tones and stuff, there's some blues and greens.
Yeah,
and things
that's
like
right.
That
That's right. Exactly.
So if you start putting some of that in there, and it does, it just gives it so much more.
No, it's amazing.
Nice.
Oh, that looks great. So he's artistic, hence Lego master.
What do you got?
Okay, so it's my kids' artwork that I'm showing off here. It's my show and tell.
10-year-old.
So
I love that.
We're highlighting clearly our 10-year-old, and I went to their field trip to do this mask. See how it's a face mask with a tongue sticking out?
A tongue sticking.
We don't know where he gets his ideas. I went as a parent volunteer. I try to go as many times as I can to, it's always fun to observe my kids.
Is this his face?
No. So they had to learn how to do the cast with plaster, how to actually mold it and create shapes. And then it had to be baked, right? So this is went into the kiln and everything. But he was supposed to make an animal mask. And there are holes at the top here, so I think clearly we can hang it. I don't want this hanging in my house. We'll preserve it for his future abode. But he ended up when I was like telling him, you have to make an animal. So there's like the example was a bear, but they can make lions and tigers.
What kind of animal is this?
It's a human animal. He said I'm gonna make a human animal. I'm like, okay, fine. And so he was when one child out of many animals who made the human animal. But it just finally came back to school because after they had to keep it at the art lab to cook and of course bake and everything, and they had to then pick it up. But I think just this last week they finished. It was supposed to be for Valentine's Day. It clearly was a little bit late for Valentine's Day, and it looks a little bit more like
it's like one of those tribal.
Crazy. It does.
Yeah,
so,
just
the colors aren't.
You know, he was
like
creative
of the
for that.
Apes.
So that's one show and tell.
It turned out really good.
And then another show and tell I have, since I said I was gonna give up coffee for a few weeks here. I love this brand of tea. I get it usually from the US. It also sells here in Canada. It's called Harney and Sons Fine Teas. It's made in New York. And this one, it's in a nice tin box. This one, though, I've never tried. It was just, I'm getting early birthday presents from my friends right now, and this is one of them. And this is it's called Vanilla Comero, a creamy decaffeinated indulgence, and it's creamy. I can't understand how tea translates to creamy, but it's probably my new favorite. Like, it's so good. It is a black tea, and so it's in one of these fine, like these pretty fine sachet sort of bags. And you steep it, and it's lovely, and it smells so good. I don't know what that is. I do love tea, and this I highly recommend.
It smells like candles.
Vanilla Comero, and I know the vanilla usually has a creaminess to it, but you can really taste the creamy without adding cream. So I have a friend who knows I do like things like hot.
Baboon.
Yeah, that's really that's true. And then he knows I have a thing for books in general. And so my weaknesses are books and anything book paraphernalia. And she was able to find me a mug, vintage mug with library, I guess a library shelf on it. And
Bibliothèque.
Bibliothèque is the French word for library, of course. Yeah, bibliothèque. So I was very happy, very surprised with these early presents.
In your mug.
I'm going to drink tea in my mug. And what else? Last show. Okay, show and tell. More food.
Oh, yum time.
Yum time. Ooh. A little bit. But we're not going to cut this pie. So I finally found this Filipino bakery here, local.
Oh, that's
and
Filipino.
And they're starting to branch out, which is making me super excited. They're called Purple Oven, and they're found here in our city. And their sticker is this. And this is their egg pie. This is an egg pie.
It looks like a pumpkin pie.
And it does look like a pumpkin pie in terms of color, but an egg pie is really a custard pie. Like when you cut it, pie. It's so good.
It's like those little custard.
And they make it so well. Like, can you smell it? I'm usually not allowed to eat near the pool table, so we'll just sniff it.
We'll try it later.
We will try it later. But Purple Oven is their bake, and I have found.
Is that only in Canada?
Yep, for now, in our city for now. But I've seen them at grocery stores. But I see the grocery stores masking their sticker and then upselling them in the grocery store. So when I saw the supplier once stacking in the grocery, I'm like, who supplies, right? Because he's from there, and that's where he told me Purple Oven, and then he gave me the address.
Is it cheaper then?
So it is like maybe $3-4 cheaper, right? So I'll go to the source, but now they're having all these pop-ups at like some malls. So I'm sure with that rent space, they're probably either going to match the grocery store, not provide to the grocery store, and just have their own direct from Purple Oven to your house. But this smells so heavenly with my wonderful vanilla tea.
Will it be too late? Too late.
No books, no inks, no pens. Yeah. Is anytime any too late? Ever too late to eat?
Harold, what do you got?
So Nicole or a girl Bricks a lot had these blind boxes. I forgot where I put the other ones. I think they're somewhere around.
I'm very intrigued about this because I actually see them in our bookstores here, and I want to buy it, but they're expensive here.
They're expensive. Don't buy them. I got you.
Oh.
Yeah. So they're blind boxes, and I used to collect them in Japan. You could get them at like any of the convenience stores like Lawson's or whatnot, but really brought me back. So I indulged or like pretty much bought
3.
How many did you buy?
But yeah, I got what I wanted, which is this. Can you see that?
And so what are these characters called? Because
they're called, it starts with an S, but I'm playing a game called Power World, and this is supposed to be a dinosaur.
Yes, and it has like a little friend, right? So it has
he's like a little derpy.
You said it's heavy?
No, derpy.
Heavy?
So
no,
another thing too, it's kind of like the new CMF boxes. So
just a box.
I was literally just like shaking it or like lifting it up.
Right.
He's kind of the medium size, so
that's a good idea.
When I was holding the other one,
which is
which
heavier.
I'll show you in a minute, the other one was heavier than this one.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So here's the other one. Another thing too is that when Harry was little, I actually bought him a couple of these from McDonald's.
So they are already like some sort of characters.
Yeah, there's some kind of characters. Like this is the actual. Oops.
And they have like their house. They have like a background house.
It's like a Polly Pocket.
Yeah, it doesn't come within the box. So this is from the McDonald's toys that we had. I have the other ones, but he's kind of playing with them. But yeah, so this is the original box, like habitats, as you will, for these characters, which I should probably show Nicole.
So how many characters in a
I think
group?
there's like 8.
Yeah, there's about 8.
But I wouldn't want all of them.
I should have showed the box too.
Yeah.
Are there series?
Yeah, it's a series.
Yeah. There's so many blind boxes.
Like how many series have there been?
I think it's the first.
It changes per season, so this is pretty much its normal one. In Japan, they have more, so they have like Cherry Blossom, Christmas. That's
it's more thematic.
Like holiday themes.
Holiday themes, yeah. No, they're so popular
Tim was
here
talking
too.
About fig barfing. So I went to the Lego store and just got a whole bunch of like dual molded legs.
Oh,
I think this is new. I haven't seen this at all, but it's the hat with the hair piece already on it. Oops.
Yeah, the pirate one. Yeah, I was at the new store the other day.
I can't tell.
Yeah.
Oh, I see it now. I see it.
It's like George Washington.
Yeah, George Washington's head.
And is that a white hair piece or blonde?
The polar bear masks too.
Oh, cute.
Polar bear mask.
Yeah, so I haven't seen that. I was like, what? They have the penguin, but I think I have that already in the CMF.
Yeah, they had a penguin.
Yeah, it was kind of funny. I was trying to look for the llama head, and then the carrot. They had the carrot ones too.
Oh.
So I couldn't find any of them.
So
but they
are
had
you
a
able to maximize the space of that? Oh, okay.
On top of it. So I just took it and I asked the guy, I was like, can I just take some of the elements from here? He was like, yeah, go ahead. So I was like, okay, stop.
Yeah. My carrot body part now. Very fun.
And then I just got this fun build. I got a gift card from one of my friends.
Oh.
So this was like one of the things that I had my eyes on for a little bit.
What are you gonna build?
It was fun. So
the dragon.
The dragon?
For Year of the Dragon?
Yeah, the dragon. For the castle.
Not the fish.
It's the dragon that's gonna attack the castle.
Very nice.
Yeah, that's it.
Nice.
Oh, you. Oh yeah, I forget.
Oh, it's me. It's my turn.
So
very cool.
Yeah, I'll be at Bricks and Minifigs tomorrow.
We don't have one yet. I wonder if Buffalo's gonna have one soon. I'm waiting for the Costco to open in Buffalo, then we'll go back.
Oh, I need to visit Costco because I didn't get that dragon.
Yeah, Costco, you're saying there's like some sales right now on Lego, right, Nick? Here, anyways?
Yeah, there are. So my show and tell. This week I built. Oh. Come my light's not working.
Oh, the camera.
Yes. So we finally opened
my
this.
light's not working.
That is a great set. I love that camera.
Yes. Did you get this too, Harold?
Not yet. I want Bambi. I'm waiting for it to go on sale.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you know what? I bought it at Target to build a brand new, and then the Bricks and Minifig store had it already built, used for like $30 cheaper.
No way.
Yeah, so I took back the new one, and I got. In fact, it's that I do have.
Oh, no way! That's amazing.
So this one comes with Bambi. So this is our first Bambi. which is just like one like a regular,
Dumbo, right?
Yeah, and then Dumbo.
Oh, forgot about Dumbo.
And it comes with like a. This is how you stick it on. It's like a red.
He's bleeding.
So I don't know why they had to do the red circle, because I think it would just stick on with the front part.
It's kind of weird. No.
Yeah.
Like questioning if it's Lego or not.
And then we get Mickey, black and white Mickey, black and white Minnie. And then our first celebrity,
Walter White.
Walt Disney.
Yeah, Walt Disney.
That's cool.
So I was telling Maria, another cool thing is they made like a cell. So if you can kind of see, it's 3 panels. So this panel, and this panel.
And then they overlay everything, and then you actually see how the animation layers.
That's cool.
Nice.
Oh, that's
so
cool. I hadn't even
that is cool. You got to take a look at your set.
Yeah. So see how it's
is that a sticker?
No, they're printed.
Sick. I was gonna say
panels. These are printed panels on door pieces.
Can you pull it out? Like, you know how cells?
No.
It's already fixed. It's already fixed, and you have to look at it over like an animator.
Yeah, you look at it like this.
Oh, that's so
cool.
Dang,
good job, Nick.
And then
sticker placement's getting better.
And then this is
oh, nice. Like
action.
What are those things called now? Oh my goodness.
I don't know what they're called. Clicker clackers.
Clicker clackers.
Did they have to do that in Lego Masters? Did they go and
action?
No. No, they didn't do any of that.
They didn't do that. For your interviews, they go, okay, try it. What do you want to look at it? Here you go.
I think that must be old school, really old school.
So this is also cool, the spool. And it's made out of that plasticky.
Ooh, Mulan.
Plasticky. Yeah, so there's Mulan. I don't know what I don't know what the first one is.
Let me see.
What cartoon is that?
I can't see.
Oh, yeah, pause. You're moving too much.
I'm trying. How about now?
No, it's a glare.
Encanto? Is that Encanto?
Yeah, Encanto.
Oh, yes.
Encanto.
Yes, with the grandmother.
What's the second one?
Frozen. There's Frozen because there's a.
This is the Princess and the Frog.
Yeah.
Mulan, Lion
King, Beauty and the Beast.
Little Mermaid,
Popeye the Sailor's Man.
No, that's the Rescuers down.
The Rescuers.
Robin Hood.
Winnie
the Pooh.
Jungle
Not
Book.
Winnie the Pooh. Jungle Book.
No.
This one.
Yes, Jungle Book. Fine.
Yeah.
Bear of another name.
Oh, the sword. The sword in the
King Arthur.
Yes.
What's the dragon?
Maleficent.
Sleeping Beauty.
Oh, Sleeping Beauty.
See, collectively, we know all of our answers. Individually,
Alice in Wonderland.
Alice in Wonderland. Cinderella. I can
How
just hear
come
her
Tim's not saying anything?
I recognize all of them.
Bambi. Dumbo. Sorcerers.
Fantasia.
Oh, yes.
Pinocchio. Snow
White again.
So this whole thing is a film. How did they package it? Like, it was just like in the bag? Like, was it spooled?
No, it was in a box.
Oh.
And it was spooled up.
Very nice.
So then it has like a natural curl. Because I was always wondering, like when I saw it in the box, I thought it was felt or so. I wasn't sure how they.
I knew it was going to be film.
There's another.
Nice.
You're gonna want what now? Are you gonna wait for the sale? It's never gonna go on sale.
It's gonna go on sale.
Do you think it's gonna go on sale?
Open the door.
Yeah. It's Disney 100.
Wow. And then you have collector edition. You have Walt Disney's.
Studio. Yeah.
Kind of studio.
That's cool.
Why is there a stopper on the gear?
I think
I can't see it.
You turn.
Okay.
Oh, it just makes a sound?
It's clicky. Yeah. It's clicky.
Because you turned this.
Oh.
Fire! Just so you can hear the sound.
Very nice. Very nice.
We got the 100.
Yeah.
And then inside. You
can actually see a video?
I think.
Or lens?
Oh.
Lens. You can
move the lens,
extend,
that is cool.
retract.
Yeah. And it actually has three lenses there.
Oh.
Like an iPhone.
Yeah.
This is very well made.
So
how did you like the build, Nick?
I liked it. I did like a stop motion build for it.
Okay.
So it was good. And I have a spot for it. It's gonna go.
I didn't even ask for the spots. We're running out of spots, Tim.
It's gonna go right here, in between.
Okay.
Oh, I don't even know what he extracted from there too.
I got rid of the red brick and the lunchbox.
Where did those
go?
It's just under the pool table.
Oh, I want to use the lunchbox.
It has your stickers in it.
Oh yeah.
And then Hayden built two more mechs.
I actually don't have the Vader one yet.
So they had the 3-pack at Costco. It was finally on sale.
3-pack with the Stormtrooper, Darth Vader, and Mandalorian.
Yeah, but he didn't build the Mandalorian because he already had the Mandalorian.
Oh, I forgot I had all these stickers.
So Maria's just gonna give the Mandalorian one as a present.
Yes, I have.
Because he already had this one as a gift. But yeah, he had fun.
Very good.
He built it quick. I was like, "Oh, you already built it," because I just gave it to him. So they're making these. Mechs are getting popular. I think Ninjago has a bunch of them now too.
Oh, they have a ton of mechs.
Yeah,
have had for quite some time.
The War Machine one looks cool.
It's funny.
I remember when mechs were rare back in 2014, 2015. Like, oh, cool, it's a mech.
Our eldest was making his own mechs way back in the day, and he was into when he was into Lego, and he was just a preteen, but he was obsessed with it. He had Bionicles after Bionicles, so he had all of the joints, and he would just create one mech after another mech, and had a whole army of mechs.
Yeah.
I found out the washi tape and stickers.
Monkey Kid's got a lot of mechs too.
Yeah.
Last piece.
Our last segment.
Yeah.
Which is
yum time.
I know. I feel like we should have an eating segment.
It's time for news you can use.
An eating segment that'd be nice, right? We have guests.
I see Tim
together.
Popping. Tim's popping.
Should eat something.
Thanks to Alan the Brick.
Snack time.
Ice cream.
It's actually a long weekend for us here. Coming up. We have Family Day. What do you guys have?
Oh, you guys have something too?
President's Day. Oh. We were trying to just match having a day off in February. You guys have presidents. We don't have presidents, but we didn't want to have Vice President's Day, so we're just gonna have Family Day.
Oh look, Family Day flash sale.
Pass.
Yeah, we want to go to this show.
And let's not do the burlesque show. Pass.
Let's go.
Empire Strips Back. No. Okay, so news that you can use thanks to Alan the Brick Fan. First up, we have the Micro Rocket Launchpad promotion is now live on Lego.com or even the Lego store.
Okay.
So it's just micro size space. We got the little baby.
One.
Oh,
you got one? What did you buy to get it?
Pick-a-brick, and I bought something else. I forgot.
What is the minimum?
I think in the US it's 200. In Canada
it's 200.
260 in Canada.
Wow.
Yeah, what else would I buy?
Okay, not just the pick-a-brick.
So it's from now, February 16th, or 18th. I think it was February 15th until February 18th.
All right.
For VIP, and then February 19 to 25 for the normies. But it might already be sold out by then.
Yeah, I bought Pick-a-brick and a Series 25 CMF.
Just to get the extra.
Yeah.
What Pick-a-brick did you get?
A bunch of hair pieces, horses, heads, tile.
What do you think about this, Tim?
I really want this. I just don't know the $200 you got to spend to get it.
Yeah.
There's nothing you want to get that's 200.
Well, that's the thing. That the new medieval market.
Oh, right.
That's not releasing until March 1st, and that's right after this because definitely. I'm really wanting because I want that new goat.
Is that day one for you, Tim? The medieval market?
It might be. It might be.
It is for me.
I've got the original one.
Right.
I really enjoyed it, and the new one. But I really like this.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a cool one. What else do we have?
There's actually
Lego ideas.
I want.
Sorry, go ahead.
Out of stock right now. That for the Year of the Dragon, that nice dragon set.
Yes, that's beautiful.
It's on that. It's out. In fact, it's out of stock.
Oh, really?
Oh, okay. Already.
Yeah, it is.
Lego Ideas Brooklyn 99 achieves 10,000 supporters. This just looks like The Office.
Yeah, we watched it a few times. I've watched some of these. But yeah, after a while, these kinds of designs, how many offices do we need? Look, they have a pool table or something.
Yeah. This one is by Ben Fankhauser.
You know, this show existed.
You don't know
this
show?
It's with
Mason,
what's her name?
Terry Crews?
No, 911.
Terry Crews?
What's her name from?
I thought Terry Crews was in this.
Yeah,
I watched Pancakes.
No, we saw this before, right? This is like the solar system.
Well, they have a solar system out right now with the Earth and the Sun moving.
Okay.
Yeah. But this is a different with all the planets.
But I feel like I've seen this already. No.
So Clockwork Solar System.
Yeah.
That is really cool.
3,000 pieces.
That was like pancakes.
I know
they do look like pancakes.
It
was just Pancake Tuesday, so
slapjacks.
Maybe we have pancakes in our brain.
How did they make Saturn here? What piece is that? for the ring.
Gear.
Is that a gear?
Or it could just be like one of those vinyl pieces. Looking at some of the other planets, they just look like
it looks like it's tiles, the rounded tile, maybe.
Yeah, rounded tile or something.
If they maybe printed the white ring on it or something.
Oh, maybe.
It doesn't look like a 3D thing. It looks like something 2D.
No, I like that a lot. That's really cool.
And does it move? Ooh, the music.
That looks like a 3D render.
It's better.
Oh, that's a 3D
glowing
render.
like this.
So the sun like lights up.
Not ears.
Oh wow.
Oh, so it's actually.
That's you're right. It is the curved tile for Saturn.
That reminds me of the Peter Pan clock, right?
Yeah. It's Earth.
Domes.
So I guess they printed all these pieces themselves.
Or 3D rendered it.
Oh, true. That looks cool.
That is really cool.
I don't know if it will make it though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's very cool. Same.
Well, I got one.
Rocket ship.
Ibid.
Oh, so they finally have photos now of Disney's Snow White. So it comes out March 1st.
With the Winter Medieval Village.
I know.
What do you think about the roof?
It's very strawy. It's like, the Big Bad Wolf came or the Three Little Pigs.
Is it dollhouse or no, right?
I think it is open in the back.
It is dollhouse, yeah.
Yeah. But it doesn't open, it doesn't split open.
There's hinges, I think. I see hinges here.
Yeah, see, there's hinges. I don't know.
Maybe it's
to get the shape.
But it doesn't. It's weird because I don't think it'll close in on itself. Like if you look at the perimeter of the back, like it's equally that size. I think it's just open.
Oh yeah, maybe you're right.
Yeah.
I see the characters for my Elves Gone Bad stories. What I see.
Gone Bad dwarves.
So we have all the dwarves here, I guess.
Oh, those are new bearded pieces
6,
too.
7.
The faces, I feel like the faces should have been molded, like with the nose.
But that's
because they look kind of flat.
But I guess so.
Because they have long noses.
Especially Grumpy. Grumpy had the nose.
Mm-hmm. The noses kind of look flat to me. And then this just looks like a regular elf. With the ears.
Mm-hmm.
What is Santa's elf doing in here?
Yeah, I like this. I'll get this one.
How much is it?
$219.
And it comes out March 1st too, huh?
Was this Lego Ideas? No, I thought it was Lego Ideas.
I think it originally was. There was. I mean, that's been on the idea thing for a long time. So I don't remember who had it, but I remember seeing it on there a couple years ago. Oh, they got the new floral pieces too.
Yeah.
Where?
The trees.
These, here, the purple.
Well, these are too, I guess, on the upside down.
Is that a bit morbid that her coffin is there too? Has Lego made a coffin before?
The Monster Fighters? Did they have a coffin?
Oh yeah, they did. Yeah. Oh look, there's the Wicked Witch.
Yeah, she's hiding
in the background. I like their little mushroom pieces. Yeah. Is this coming home on March 1st? Or it's gonna wake up something else is coming home March 1st? It can't all be March 1st.
I think I'll do the medieval market square on March 1st. But this might sell out too because it is.
I think this one's gonna go. It's gonna be a hard one to get a hold of. I think it.
So this or the medieval? I think the medieval.
The medieval
sell out.
Too,
medieval one's gonna sell out too.
We can't have it all. We can't have it all.
Oh wait, what is this?
Lego Insiders can get
Lego Insiders March 1st, while the general release is June 1st.
We have till June 1st. Lots of time.
Why is there such a big gap? Usually it's like 3 days.
Yeah,
this is what will push fans to become Lego Insiders. But then who wouldn't want to become Lego Insiders?
Update. Oh wait, here's the update. Oh, June 1st for like
Target.
No, retail. Oh, okay.
But what if Target buys it from Lego? Is there anything clause there? Maybe there is a clause there.
So
okay, cool.
Are there more? I have to see if I press that. Oh, more photos.
And that means I'm getting the medieval village.
Yeah, I don't think it folds in.
No.
What do we have in here?
For the shape and structure.
We have a big table. I like the hearts on the chairs. That's a cool.
Yeah, that's nice.
Packing. We got some beds. Is this Grumpy with the broom? Yeah. Oh, he's trying to get the spider. I thought he was trying to hit the guy sleeping.
Switch it with an axe.
I know what's going on. Oh, look, he's looking through a magnifying glass to see the gems. Is this in the cartoon?
Yeah, they look at gems.
Gems going.
And they even like pop it in their eyes, remember? And then like a myriad of facets because they're looking through the gems. We need to review your Snow White knowledge before you buy it.
He needs to review a lot of his Disney.
What about this? What's this?
It's that organ. They did a pet organ. And then that's their dance scene. Again, review of our movie.
Is this Happy? He has
he looks happy. Yeah. Or happy. The heart-shaped chairs, very nice.
And I like how it's tiled up, how the floor is already tiled up.
So. Yeah, a lot of great details in that. I love the room.
Look at those ferns.
The things we get excited about.
This is from like Dreams, right? Looks nice.
Very nice.
Get a squirrel. Oh, look, she fits perfectly in there.
She should.
I'm gonna put Dumbledore in there.
Why you want Dumbledore? There's a lot of photos. Have we gotten the Snow White before? I'm not
so.
Sure.
Isn't there a Snow White over there in the Disney castle? How could there not be?
All my princesses are over there.
Snow White. Snow White is the first princess, the very first movie made by Disney.
I don't know if he's had Snow White.
It is. After Snow White is Pinocchio and Dumbo, or is it Dumbo first and Pinocchio?
We had her in the CMF, didn't we?
Whoa.
That's what I'm trying to remember because they've done 2 series, right? On the Disney CMF.
No, this is the first.
No, I don't have Snow White. I don't have Snow White as one of my princesses.
What?
So Snow White is in the new Disney castle.
Oh, so this is another way to get her.
Yeah.
Okay. Instead of buying the Disney castle. That's cool.
Or you could buy the Disney castle. We could build together like last time.
What about Prince Charming? Have we gotten a Prince Charming before?
No.
This is Prince Charming, right?
They're all Prince Charming. Is he Prince Charming? I think.
What do you mean they're all Prince Charming?
Well, what's the one in Cinderella?
Prince Charming.
Yeah, Prince Charming.
No, that's Charles.
We've gotten this. I remember this. The
face.
What is it called?
The crone's face.
A squaggle tooth or
swaggle tooth?
Swaggle tooth?
No, that's not the word.
What's the word?
Snaggle.
Snaggle.
Snaggle
tooth.
Yep, snaggle tooth. Yep.
Snaggle. Okay.
There's kiss marks on his face.
Because Snow White kissed him on the forehead after the dance. Again, review of the movie scenes.
So which dwarf is this?
That's Dopey.
Oh, Dopey has.
Oh, that's Prince Florian.
What? He has a name? After so many.
He has a name.
How come his cheeks are indented like that?
Because he's smiling.
Is that
they did a good job with the faces. It's just without having noses on them.
I know it is missing something.
I think this is an alternate face
like without Pinocchio nose,
right?
Just put Pinocchio.
Which one is this? Sleepy?
That one looks like
That's
or
Sleepy.
Sneezy or Sneezy.
He looks sleepy.
Or does he look like he's gonna sneeze? Okay, Sleepy.
Is there? I think someone else needs to review her Disney. Oh, this is Sneezy.
Oh, Sneezy. Okay, fine.
Oh, so maybe it is Sneezy because that's the alternate face.
Maybe
Sneezy.
I'm correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is Happy with the cheeks.
No, that's Bashful.
Oh, Bashful. You're right, Bashful.
Wow.
Okay, Sleepy.
Wait, does Bashful have 3 faces? Oh no, that's a different. That's a different.
That one is just that one's Sleepy.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for Bashful.
Yeah, exactly. That one.
Sleepy has like a snaggle tooth on the bottom. Interesting.
That's his gum.
Tonsil? No.
Who's this? Oh, Doc.
That's Doc. What is Doc?
How come Doc has a shovel and not like
How is Doc just Doc?
a syringe?
He's the doctor.
He's just Doc.
Who's this? Or is this Doc with the
Oh.
glasses?
That's the chieftain.
What's his name? How come I'm now?
You don't know all the names, do you?
Oh no.
Oh, maybe
who's
that's
that
Grumpy.
one?
That's a turtle dove.
Where's Grumpy?
That's Grumpy.
Oh,
Yeah.
we missed it. There was no Grumpy.
Maybe Grumpy.
Oh, Grumpy's
is that
this guy.
guy.
Grumpy's the one, yeah, there.
Yeah,
Wonder, let's see what Sleepy.
but there was
Sleepy.
no big Grumpy.
No big Grumpy.
Okay.
I like the little hats.
Yeah, the hats are cool. Oh, here's another medieval
Let's go.
inn by the gatehouse.
How many more medievals? Oh, I like the stonework on this one, right?
Bring back Castle.
We've seen this before.
This is something Harold could easily.
Yeah,
Of
you can easily
course.
make this for your next show.
I know I need
Have
to start
some-
doing that, but I'm like Tim with
The pressure points. You
Creative
need the pressure points
block.
to
You need to start adding
apply,
like housing
right?
to your
yeah.
to the gray. Add some like housing and stuff. But yeah, this looks
No,
nice.
it needs to be
But
all
then it's-
gray.
But I feel like we're getting a lot of these already.
Mm-hmm.
These type of builds.
Yeah.
I haven't the castle. I'm really liking the stuff they're coming out with. I haven't gotten much of it. I did get the Viking village, but
Yeah.
That's when you get that too.
Oh, so this was teased at the Super Bowl.
We're
Oh,
getting
Lego-
a Ariana Grande figure.
I know.
So we're gonna get Lego Wicked movie sets.
I wonder if it's like a Wicked anniversary because the movie's coming out. Moleskin Journals has a Wicked journal coming out.
Mm.
And the musical is coming to Toronto later this year. But I wonder if it's an anniversary because, why now?
Is she Glenda the Good Witch?
Yes.
But really,
It was
she's
funny.
bad.
Me and Charm City, we're like, oh, we're getting an Ariana Grande figure. Who is she supposed to be? When?
Glinda. Glinda.
Oh, Glinda.
Yeah, I was like, Glinda. And I was like, who's Glinda?
Glinda. No good, Harry. Okay, what's
Um,
this? Designer Program Series 1 update.
I don't know what the latest update, but for this update, the old train was already sold out. Mountain Forest sold out,
Okay.
and Snack Shack were sold out.
Hmm.
So I'm not sure if maybe Parisian Street sold out already and General Store. Did you get any of these, Tim?
I have not gotten any of those. My Lego budget's been very low for the last few years, and I did really like the
This one?
Western. The
Oh,
Western.
the Western from before.
I mean, I like them all. Don't get me wrong; they're all really cool.
They're expensive though.
They are, and that's why I just.
And I think people are just buying them and then flipping them.
Yeah.
Like
a lot of them are. I think. Yeah. I mean, they're getting double and triple their money.
Lucrative, right?
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
I just wait for the instructions to come out.
There's that I really
want. How much is this?
This is on
$80
sold out right now.
It's sold out right away, and it's been staying sold out.
Yeah,
so I don't know.
It's really, really well built.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's like the Shang-Chi. Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah. Actually, better than the Shang-Chi dragon.
Yeah, I think so too.
You're gonna get this, Harold?
Color this to a gray dragon.
No,
like a stone dragon.
Oh, a stone.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah. But then, are those like design line sticker? You think, or
no? That's
printed.
Printed.
Oh,
I think so, right?
These ones.
The scales, yeah.
Yeah, the scales.
Very, very cool.
Could you get all these pieces in light bluish gray or dark bluish gray?
Yeah.
Pretty much, right?
I only deal in light and dark bluish gray, so.
Okay, Batman.
Sometimes black.
Sometimes black. I think we saw this one already.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice. So Tim, what are you up to this weekend?
We're celebrating my mom's 80th birthday. So
ooh, fine milestone.
My brother, his wife, and my son and his girlfriend just walked in the door. I heard the garage, and we're getting up very early in the morning and driving to Western Kansas for her birthday for the weekend.
How far is that? Western Kansas?
About 5 hours. It's not bad.
Okay.
Oh, very nice. Does she know you guys are gonna surprise her, or it's a?
No, my sister. She put together a nice party for her, so she.
Very good.
You can't surprise my mom. She's got to know it.
She'll sniff it from a mile away, right? Something's up. Or she's like, it's my 80th birthday. Hello.
It is. Yeah, I was going to say it's her 80th. So, yeah.
Oh, that's exciting.
Nice. So, how about you, Harold?
Bittersweet because her friends are gone. So it's kind of, and what's crazy is a lot of them, like 3 of them passed away. They had their 80th birthday and then they passed away.
Oh, no.
So it's.
Oh, dang.
Yeah,
80 wasn't good.
No, that's hard.
How about you, Harold?
I'm gonna brick some minifigs tomorrow, and then
are you hoping to pick up
study for my midterm?
Are you hoping to pick anything up, or
maybe? I mean, I'm just gonna see if they have any. I've been picking up any of the like ninja themed vintage sets, or any of the vintage castles.
Nice.
Yeah.
What do we have?
I want to do nothing, but I'm such a busybody.
Oh, we have family. We have family day.
We do have family day, so
I want to do nothing.
I want to do nothing, but I usually will do a lot of something. So this is a problem that I'm trying to pull myself back, and I'm just restless. So I will try my best to do nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things to do in the house. This is unfortunate, right?
I might build something.
I might build something.
Oh, really?
I wanted to build
I want to build something.
I want to build something. We'll see.
We are on a Lego show.
He gets too excited when I say stuff like that.
We are on a Lego show.
I want to do nothing.
All right. We're gonna start saying our goodbyes.
Yeah. So this is thanks so much again. Your Friday night on our episode.
Thanks for reaching out. It was awesome talking to you.
I feel like the time went by really quickly, so thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. It's been a real pleasure.
And we can't wait to meet you, hopefully, in Chicago
later
on. Soon enough, right? So we'll do that.
I'll see you in 2 weeks.
Wow.
Oh, right.
Harold's gonna beat us to it.
Harold, we got to get you a Keith Straw fan club shirt.
But also to those who joined us in our chat, including Kittenville Brick, Stud City, Angry Dragon, All Bricks Count, Brick Hive, Brick Jedi, Gabriel Cabral, Allison Bell, and Rob Claxton. Until next week on episode 7, stay tuned.
Stay tuned. And we will be redirecting to Jesse Bricks Galaxy's stream, Critical Bricks. For those of you in the chat, you will be heading that way. But until next time.
Or next Friday.
Or next Friday.
Specifically.
Merry Christmas and bye.